All right, everyone. The Lady Lake house is sold. So my friend Rusty and his family are going to be moving here, and we're going to do some really cool stuff together. And so he came up with this concept, or basically made me an offer. Said, "Hey, I'm moving there. Why don't you just let me buy your house?" And I said, "Absolutely not. I want to keep both." And then as the days went by, I started to consider the benefits, the pros and cons, and so we've come to a conclusion, I'm moving out. I'll tell you more about that, or check the vlog series out as well. But that's going to free up my ability, time, and energy wise to work on different projects. And one of the projects that I've wanted to work on for quite some time, it's been to discover and to possibly work with a cabinet manufacturer in the future and doing something similar that I'm doing with NatureCast and Adornis with their closet systems, and maybe figure out some sort of modular way to do kitchen cabinets. Maybe I'm naive, maybe that's not possible. But I also have this design studio that I'm going to be building where I'm going to need a lot of different kitchen cabinets. And there's a company that I'm very, very interested in called Penville. I actually talked to the owner of Penville. I'm going to fly up to Indiana and go up and see some cabinets and learn more about that part of the business. And so it's in process now where I'm going to use I was planning to use the Lady Lake house as my test dummy, but instead I'm going to use the Middleton house as my test dummy. So what you're about to see here is the video in real time of me hiring Patrick Resdendiz. I saw him on Instagram and I've been watching him for months. I hired him a couple of months ago and booked it for now. The plan again was to do and revamp the kitchen in the Lady Lake house. Instead, I'm going to revamp sections of the Middleton house. As well, the benefit that I can convert a rather inexpensive cabinet and really kind of cheap kitchen, and then modify it to get some more exposure to some of the appliances that I'm interested in, and then that will set me up to possibly have relationships to be able to set up appliances, cabinets, sinks, waters and faucets, things like that, in the design studio that I plan on building, and so that's why I'm doing this. I know it's really hard for people to understand how someone can move so much, but you have to understand my business is sharing projects and learning about products. I'm having a gosh darn blast doing it. We're not moving schools, so my family's not put out. They kind of like it too. It's a biannual reset, it seems, and then this house in Middleton will be unofficially for sale at all times, and who knows, maybe we'll build another one down the street if necessary. So lots of really cool stuff coming up on the garage front, but remember, to me, the garage is the anchor. The house is attached to the garage, but I don't get to leave the obsession in the garage when I walk into the house. It comes with me everywhere. So this is a long video, about an hour and 20 minutes long, of Patrick and I working through the details of the kitchen, and I wanted to share with you that process. I'll also bring my camera when I fly up to Penville and see those cabinets, and who knows what I'll also get into. That's the spice of life. Continue to chase and pursue, and hopefully have some fun while doing it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this one. Sorry about the change of plans.
Oh yeah, no, all good.
Well, my life moves fast.
Life moves fast, and we adapt, or we adapt, or we don't, right? This is the current plan still, right?
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. I'm just getting some walls set up really quick.
Nice.
What I've also found lately with some of my more recent clients is that they found it to be more beneficial if we meet for like 90 minutes on the first call and then just set up a follow-up call. Like, I don't charge extra. Instead, do it that way where we break it up a little bit.
Okay.
That way, because that allows me to still get through like the kitchen and pantry like 99%, and then give you because you work in chief or home designer as well, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
My staff does, and I fumble around in it.
Okay, right on. Well, I'll send you the file no matter what. But but then it allows us to essentially or you to have like a little bit of time to like digest what we've done, look at the drawings, kind of like think it over for a week or whatever. And then we just get on another like 30 to 60-minute call and incorporate
Cool.
changes. And I think it's
Cool.
just more efficient and take some of the pressure off, you know?
Awesome. Love it.
Cool.
So would you be interested? I mean, I have a YouTube channel,
Oh,
and
sweet. Really?
if we shared this call and this process,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
now I just want to warn you, um you have a booking schedule, so you're gonna I mean, I have 700,000 psychopaths that will, a good percentage of them probably
You have 700,000 followers on YouTube,
672 or something like that. Yeah, yeah. So,
dude.
and I'm
Wow.
sharing this process of this house. It's a long story, but um, I'm selling my rather nice house and bought this cookie cutter mess.
Yeah.
But it's location. It's all about the location. My kid's school is like 100 yards to the left.
Yeah. Sweet.
It's this crazy retirement community where they built a young family community. And so I'm building a design center showroom
Cool.
in this town square. And so I decided we were going to keep two houses. And so I decided to sell what we called my house and then my wife's house, or, it's not really, but we just jokingly said it was Michelle's house and Matt's house. So I'm going to try to make this crap house pretty sweet.
Oh
So,
my God. I had no idea. I should have looked you up. That's insane. That is
yeah.
so awesome. Do you do like, is it all YouTube or do you do stuff on like TV too with like HDTV and stuff like that?
No, no, I've never done anything like that, but it's all YouTube, and the channel's called Obsessed Garage. And to me, the house is attached to the garage, right? The
Yeah.
garage is the anchor. And
Yeah.
so but the Obsessed Garage is my life. I'm sharing the obsession with life. And the general concept is I don't get to like check the obsession at the door when I walk in from the garage, right? It comes with,
Yeah.
and
Totally.
so I'm obsessed with, lighting and faucets and home theater and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, man, that is awesome. So is like a lot of your, I'm kind of like talking as I'm setting this up, is a
yep,
lot of your so a lot your channels kind of is like focused a lot on like garage development, rehab, like building out
correct.
garages and stuff.
Correct. So we have a full design firm. That's why we do, chief architect. And so
Hmm.
that's probably why your videos or your Instagram stuff started getting suggested to me. And I'm like, oh
Okay.
man, I need to get with him to get him to do my kitchen because I wanted to redo it because we don't specialize in that. Uh,
Yeah.
so my guys are a lot like you it would cost me more money to have them do it for me than pay you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right
Where
on.
your expertise is in this and you can help me with style and how it looks and all that. So,
Yeah, totally. We all have our specialties, even though it's the same
yep,
program. It's like,
yep.
um, man, well, that is super awesome.
I
I'll
may sign my guys up to your coursework if we can talk about that offline,
yeah,
but
totally. Yeah, yeah.
may get them signed up with you to, so you can show them, teach them some stuff and show
Yeah,
them some
cool.
things.
I mean, my beginner course may be too basic for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like uh but maybe not. Like if they if
Maybe
they
we, maybe we could collaborate together and schedule something that could be cool and
yeah,
document it. I mean, it's always helpful to share and document. It helps both of our businesses, and so
totally, totally. Do you have
yeah,
10-foot ceilings throughout?
yes.
Okay, cool. So how long you been doing the YouTube thing?
I started in 2014.
Okay. So a long
Um,
time. Yeah.
yeah, I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, and I set the camera up to talk to it.
Cool,
And
cool.
while I was washing my car, and it turns out I'm like an authority on washing cars. I had no idea.
Right on.
And then that turned into a few thousand people watching me, and then it turned into 10,000 people, and then I was at Merrill Lynch. I
Yeah,
was a finance guy,
cool.
and it turned into, eventually that became a real inconvenience to me washing my car on camera. I started retailing products in 2017, like the pressure washer that I was using and the flooring that I was installing.
Yep.
Uh, and then I got to the point to where I created a full end-to-end solution for the garage. And so that's when we started designing garages. And so now we have like I don't know, 30 something employees in a
Cool.
30,000 square foot warehouse. And
Cool.
yeah, it's,
So you guys do a lot, you guys like do like cabinets and do you do the cabinetry and install and stuff?
yep. I
Okay.
don't do, at least not yet. We don't do any install. I'm just selling at scale. And
Okay.
so what we would do is we'd design it and we'd put it on a pallet and ship it out to them. And we work with their general contractor and stuff like that generally. But the stuff that I'm selling,
Mm-hmm.
the world doesn't know about.
Mm.
These are a lot of things are repurposed. Like the pressure washer we sell to wash a car is really designed for meat packing plants,
Oh,
you know,
cool. Okay.
or the cabinets are made for car dealerships and F1 race teams, and so
Uh,
but I don't want the stuff at Home Depot. I want the best.
Industrial. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
So cabinets, this is going to be my first inexpensive test. Penville, Elmwood, Plain and Fancy are some of the best
Hmm.
cabinet manufacturers in the country.
Yep.
And so my plan is we're just going to do the back array on this back wall and extend it a little bit. And then, it's going to cost me 20 grand, but if I build a full kitchen, it's going to cost 200, 300, and so I wanted to kind of tiptoe my foot into this realm and
Yeah.
see when I design my real house, my big house, then I'll know, if this is what the direction I want to head.
Yeah, right on. Like when you go to like do new custom, like for like the next one
Correct,
you're
correct,
saying, yeah.
correct. This house has I'm in the Villages, Florida, which is the largest retirement community planned development in the world, really. There's 65,000 homes, and they built this house in 7.5 weeks.
What?
Yeah, it's wild. And so you go to the design studio, you have a few color choices, but they go to Wellburn Cabinets and they say, "What's the cheapest you got? Can we
Yeah.
make it a little bit worse?"
A little bit more.
So it's just hot garbage. But the countertops are somewhat legit quartz. And so the island I'm gonna leave alone and just kind of chop out a section of it and
Hmm.
put an ice maker in. But the back section on that back wall, like I shared with you, we're gonna swap and extend so I can do a gourmet, like double oven thing.
Cool.
And then the fridge area, it has just a cheap fridge. We're gonna swap that and do
Okay,
at
cool.
least a cabinet depth setup.
Okay. Man, this is awesome. I'm stoked to work with you. I should like have a form that says like, do you have 500,000 followers on YouTube? And if so, I will pull you to the front of the list or something.
Yeah, that's fine. I figured
Cool.
I'd convince you at some point that we
Oh
could do
man.
some cool stuff together.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
I
Um,
like to I like to just be a customer,
yeah.
all these content people try to get everything for free. I want to be like priority as a customer, not as some goofball trying to get something for free,
Right on.
and I'll just go make it elsewhere. And if we all do that for each other, then we all make a living,
We all make a living. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Um, okay, cool. So I've got the shell set up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there, I guess first question would be, is there crown where the walls meet the ceiling or no?
No, no
No.
crown.
Okay, let me kill that. Okay. And let's like as we go through this process, like initially kind of ignore colors and door styles and
Sure. Yeah.
such. We'll
Yep.
we'll fine tune all that. This is more about getting all the geometry dialed in.
Yep.
Um, okay. Let me get your screenshot up. All right. So okay, so just repeat for me one more time. Like let's just talk about like what's going on
Yep.
the back wall in here. Yeah.
So what I'm thinking about on that back wall is to extend the cabinet array all the way basically to that corner. So the dining wall there, that
Hmm.
dining where the French doors are, we would extend the cabinet array to that point.
Okay, makes
Right?
sense.
So it would be symmetrical. And so I'd envision on that, so on the north side there toward the dining area, that's where we would do the single oven with the speed oven above it. So it kind of looks like, gourmet kitchen style,
Okay.
um, right there.
Yep.
And then from that point, try to keep as much countertop as possible because there's not a lot of working countertop. So we're going to be adding, some 48-inch range
Mm-hmm.
centered on the sink,
Mm-hmm.
inset hood above that.
Okay.
And then try to incorporate. I don't think we're going to be able to incorporate. I don't think white oak makes sense for this house, so I think it's probably just white cabinets.
Okay. Yeah.
What I need some help with is the hood.
Huh?
Should we make the hood look like? And then the other green spot down there is where we would do a 36 fridge, 24-inch freezer,
Uh-huh.
cabinet depth
Uh-huh.
with a a cabinet over top, because it'll be cabinet depth 80 inches, roughly 80 inches high.
Hmm.
And then we'll take the cabinets to the ceiling because
Hmm.
they're right now they're 2 feet short.
Okay. And are the fridge freezer going to be paneled or are they going to be stainless counter depth?
Hmm. I mean, I should probably do panel for the first time because the stainless is such a pain to deal with.
Okay.
I think I should test out panel on this house since I've never done it before.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll model that. And then are are you changing out the island as well?
So we're going to keep the island. We're going to leave the island alone, with the exception on the top, the north side there. We're
Mhm.
going to take out the garbage can and put in a ice maker. I don't know if
Okay.
that really matters for the render, but
Do you have pictures of the island? Did you send those?
yeah. And I didn't send them to you. Want me to? What do you
Yeah,
want me to
yeah, if you
I just
can. You can just drop them in WhatsApp if that's easy or email or whatever.
yeah.
Um,
Let me just email it. It's easier here.
okay. Um,
Actually, they're on my phone. I'll put them in WhatsApp. Yeah. I
okay,
just
sounds
a
good.
bunch of photos.
All right, cool. Let me start laying this out. And then is this entire space under the stairs pantry? Are you messing with this at all?
No, not for
Okay,
this.
not for this. Okay. Um, all right. So do you have a range brand in mind?
Folger Milano.
Okay.
It's a pretty interesting brand I discovered at the KBIZ show a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I love their refrigerator. I've always been a Wolf fan. The problem with Wolf Sub-Zero is that they just can't get production under control,
Like lead times are still crazy or what?
Yeah, yeah. And then they're very territorial. I may end up selling appliances in the future.
Mm,
The experience I've had with buying appliances has been a nightmare.
mm.
I just want people to, I want them to, like, I try to give them my money and they just don't know how to take it. Frustrating as heck.
uh Makes it hard to like go through the sales process and like quote stuff you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for your cabinets, I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, I know you mentioned I forget those the couple cabinet
Yep.
brands. I work with a
And
custom Amish shop out of Ohio, and
uh-huh.
they're like crazy competitive if you want pricing. I mean,
Okay.
like
Cool.
I've had them do entire kitchens, like your whole kitchen, including the island, would probably be less than 30 grand, like
Shoot.
custom inset.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah, that's what I wanted to do was inset
yeah.
for sure.
Um, okay. I mean, unless there's benefit in still like working with like a bigger brand to like market them, you know.
I'd be
But
interested in talking with them because maybe I could you know, help
I mean,
market.
they're a small shop. Like it's the designer over there. She's done like four of my projects at this point. She basically does the project management and coordination for an Amish shop that's outside of Columbus because they don't have internet.
Uh-huh.
And she basically takes all my drawings and then does all the coordination at the shop and whatnot. Um,
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'd be interested in talking with her for sure.
Okay, cool. All right, let me get so as we fan our way out from the range, do you envision going right into like drawers? Do you want a skinny vertical pull out on either side? Do you have thoughts one way or the other?
Yeah, I do like having the little vertical pull out for bakeware, you
Okay.
know. Uh the so right now on the flanking the range is bakeware on the right, so cookie sheets and stuff, and on
Hmm.
the left is a like a spice rack.
Okay.
Um
I'll just drop in a couple of 12-inch for now.
and
Then
I'm
let's
inclined to do large drawers instead of cabinets, and
Yeah,
just normal door cabinets because you can't fit anything in those.
totally. That's where most people go like anymore for me. And like if they if there's one that if there's some that remain doors, it's like if you can dedicate a space for like instant pots, pressure cookers,
Hmm.
blenders and stuff like that. Which I don't know where
I'll keep that in my
in
pantry,
the
I think.
pantry. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
What's the what's kind of the in your mind the no-go point for your oven? So do you want to like do you want to place a dining table over here to kind of like see how
So
much clearance you want to maintain?
yeah, I mean, I already have a table. It's a
Okay.
seven. It's a 40 by 7. 40 foot, 40 or 7 feet by 40 inches
7 by 40.
that I
Okay.
have in there.
Is it do you do six or four
I've
chairs?
got 4 chairs. Yeah, 4 chairs, and then two on the ends. I think we deadheaded. We stopped the cabinet array at the at that point there. So to your right, right on
Like
right
right
on
on
that
this guy?
point. Yeah. So we would symmetrically end it,
Okay.
there
Okay, cool.
on the opposite wall, of course. And then the light switches don't matter because I'll do it on Lutron. So
Okay.
we can just hot those up and put Pico wireless switches wherever we need to.
Okay, cool. All right. Oven assembly. What drew you guys to using Chief for your garages versus like a 2020 or like stuff like that?
It's the same thing that you're doing is speed of render, right? And
Yeah.
so we were going to do Revit and make that transition, and then we realized we can't get it done like in live because we do the same thing you're doing with Zoom live
Mm,
renders and showing people 3D, and we
yeah.
use something else to do the 3D walkthroughs. I forget what software they're using. So we export to something.
Like Lumion, Enscape, Twin Motion.
Twin Motion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's lots of people in the community that use Twin Motion because it takes the DAE exports directly. Uh,
Yeah, so that adds a nice extra countertop over what we have, I think, or at least makes up for the loss with the 48.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. Yep, yep.
Get some of this cleaned up here. You gonna do like a bright white or like an off white, like type
Stark white. Yeah,
stark
white.
white?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right, let's do, and I'll clean up like the composition of this oven,
Sure,
like,
sure.
but consider that guy a placeholder for now. Um, and then might as well get the fridge in. So you said that's going to be a 36 and a 24.
Yep.
Okay.
So you do the fridge on the right, with the right
Uh-huh.
hinge,
Yep. Yep.
and then freezer on the left.
Have
Because
you ever
it's,
have you looked at like Fisher Paykel stuff for their
Mhm.
paneled?
Yeah, there's nice. Liebherr is also pretty nice.
I've not
Uh,
heard of them.
I've had these. I'm telling you, this Folger Milano brand is really interesting because it's quite a bit. The fridge isn't less expensive, but the the appliances like the oven, speed oven, stuff like that is really nice.
Like for the price.
Yeah, fridge and freezers maybe 20% less.
Okay.
My ultimate goal would be to do a true. And I've been thinking about doing true
Mm,
in this house. Would be sick.
yeah.
Do
I've
like a
all
true with like a blue or something, something cool,
yeah, their
green.
stuff is super cool. True
But
and
it's
like
it's so expensive.
yeah, like True and Blue Star. I've
Yeah.
been they're kind of like there's something about them. Like their brands are just like really good.
Mhm.
They have a really good focus on quality, but um I don't have a lot of people that spec them. They're just like,
It's insane money. I mean, that combo right there would be 50.
for with True.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. If you
Oh,
buy just a regular like 36-inch, French door fridge, like fridge freezer combo from them, it's like 22,000 or something like that. It's
holy
insane.
crap.
They got smoked by inflation and the, pandemic, and just prices went
Whoa.
unattainable. Just I don't care how much money you got. It's too much for me anyway.
I mean, yeah, at that point, regardless of your budget, like it's kind of like, well, I could do a
Mhm.
lot with, I could take that 20 or 30 grand and like build a wine cellar or something. It's like
Or I could buy a car,
buy a
right?
car. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the interesting thing about this, I think this will make a lot of sense if we did these paneled, because this house is not super high end. And so when you have a giant stainless fridge freezer that doesn't fit, I did this in another small house that I had, where I did a 36,
Yeah.
dual 36s, and it just swallowed up the house. So that would look clean. Yeah, I love
That
that.
looking good. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, let's circle back to like the uppers and stuff here.
Hmm.
After we hit the island really quick. Okay. So did you send pictures? Let me go to WhatsApp. Yeah. All right, cool.
So this
Okay.
is like cookie cutter finest.
Right on.
Yeah.
We'll do our best with it. Okay. So, um,
So
overall
actually
island.
the island color, I didn't get a good photo there. The island color is the front side of it with the sink is a dark like charcoal
Oh,
looking.
I see it.
See
Okay.
that? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Do you, is it sizing pretty much exactly as drawn, or do you have overall, do you have dimensions? Like, is it a 36-inch sink?
Yeah, 36 sink.
Okay, under
So
mount or
it's
apron?
cabinet, so it's a 34 sink.
Okay, it's an apron, it looks like.
Yeah.
Apron
Yeah, I
sink.
can put a tape on it if you want.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, because of this house, I mean, normally I would rip it out, but I want to make this project a little simpler. So I'm thinking that that waterfall, because that's a pretty high level quartz.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that to replace that, I mean, that's probably a $15,000 countertop right there. So I think I'd probably best serve just keeping it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh,
And I
that-
mean, the house is like weeks old, then I'm going to tear it apart. They won't let you do any of this. Like I told them, can you just not put the cabinets in?
I've had other clients tell me that. Like, is okay, so this house is new. This is a new
Yeah,
house. Oh,
brand new. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually had clients there, and they're building in Florida. And they hired me, and they're like, "Yeah, our builder was basically like, look, I can't not put cabinets in. I can't do anything else. I need to get you a certificate of occupancy,
Yep.
and it is what it is." So they're basically like, okay, just put in the cheapest thing humanly possible, and we're just going to tear them out. But then what they're doing is they're working with me to like um, model everything so that
Hmm.
when the cabinets are installed, even though they're all going to be ripped out, everything's going to go over the same spot on the floor, so they don't need to worry about like changing out like flooring.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, it's bonkers.
Well, that's what I'm planning here at. Hey, Mike, are these cabinets sitting on the tile, you think?
Yep. Looks like it.
Ah, good. Yeah, they're sitting on the tile,
Okay, cool.
the back
Okay,
wall.
so dishwasher is on the right of the
Correct. Yep.
as you're facing
Yep.
it, okay?
Yep.
And then on the other side of that is just a set of drawers.
Correct.
Dishwasher too.
And then that's a regular door cabinet with a upper drawer.
Over here on the top side,
On the top side is the that's the garbage can, the pull up
garbage.
garbage can. That's the one we're going to swap for. So the one next to the sink is a 30-inch triple drawer,
Oh,
pretty.
okay.
and then that 18 there is the garbage can, which we're going to swap for an ice maker.
Oh, okay, cool. Is that going to
So
be
we can do,
stainless, or
yeah,
paneled stainless?
yeah, we'll do stainless. It's a Perlick stainless 15-inch,
Okay.
typical, nugget ice maker. So were you an architect and you transitioned to this, or are
No,
you?
sir. I GC'd and built my own home in
Uh-huh.
2016,
Okay,
and that's how I learned chief architect. So I did all my
nice.
drawings and whatnot. And
Yep,
then but like prior to that, right out of college, like 20 plus years ago, I manufactured windows and doors. So I did like high-end windows and doors for like residential and stuff, and did that for about 10 years, shut it down in 2008 with the recession
yep.
and whatnot. Um, and then went to work for corporate, which I actually just quit my job like a week ago. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, I'm a programmer at State Farm.
Gotcha.
Um, and basically did that. Like we were starting a family then, so I'm like, I need a real freaking job. And
Yep.
circle back to like, 2020. I'm like, I don't need a real job. I want to be home with my family and kids, you know.
And so
So
you figure it out.
figure it out. Yeah, yeah. But no, chief architect was just like, when I was like working on my um own home, I'm like, I'm just gonna model this in chief and GC it. And um like the program's amazing. So I was like, this is freaking awesome. Then it sat on the shelf until like a couple years ago. And I was just like, I'm just gonna dust this off and just do kitchens and stuff for people and see how it goes.
That's cool. Well, I was following you on Instagram, watching you do all this stuff. Like, man, I want to do this. I don't even have a house to build, but let me just get in the schedule, and then I'm gonna do.
Yeah, cool.
I'm always up for a good project,
Yeah, true. Um, all right. I will take an overall slab dimension if you got it.
Yeah.
Um,
Forty by 140.
40 by 140.
So, are you passionate about this? Is this fun for you?
Oh yeah, it's not even like work. It's
That's
like,
good. That's the key.
yeah, it's
That's
like
what I could tell when I was watching some of your stuff. I'm like, this guy, he's loving what he's doing.
yeah, it's a blast. And um, it's like playing Sims for grown-ups, basically. All right. Uh,
It's funny because my wife, this will help my wife a lot too. I can see it, you know,
yeah,
see it on the plans. I can see it. Thing I'm not very good at is picking the color and the style, but I can visualize like what this kitchen could feel like and be like, but she needs to see it.
totally. Yep. Yes, sir.
When I show her your renders, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, because she hates that when I tear things apart.
She's like, what on earth is happening?
Yeah, everything's fine for her. I'm like, but I want it to be great. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be living here. This crappy little house. It's gonna be awesome.
it
So
will
we
be
have,
awesome.
we have 2.5 acres and 5,000 square feet, and we're moving into this 3,000 square feet on a quarter acre.
Oh man,
It's hard to explain. Like this community it's just wild. They built like one of the best schools in probably America. and
Wow.
they built a community around it with like restaurants and golf
Where
cart paths. And
where is this at? I think I've heard of it.
it's called the Villages, Florida.
Okay.
It's the biggest retirement community in the world. It's in Central Florida, north of Orlando, south of Ocala.
Okay.
And I was up here because of Merrill Lynch. I had a Merrill Lynch office here.
Got
Uh,
it.
so now I'm kind of stuck here. My kids are going to this amazing charter school they built.
Yeah.
There's one family that built this entire development,
Oh my
right?
God.
And so they're like 30th richest family in the US, right?
Whoa.
And so they built this amazing town, and it's like so basically a retiree for a Disneyland for retirees.
Yeah.
This school and the community they built around the school is the first time they built it for young families. And so we bought it as just a second home so the kids
Hmm.
like sleep in. And we're spending all our time here. So I decided to let my house go.
Wow. Yeah. It's crazy like how much things can change even just a couple of years. It's like you're like, I think I know what I want and I want to live on a couple
Mhm.
acres and be left alone. And then you're like, well, maybe I like being able to just like take a run on the trail and have it be right outside my door or something,
Hmm.
you know?
And so I'm taking this little house, this little cookie cutter house, and I'm going to put in some really cool stuff in it,
Yeah.
and live in. So it's like we were saying the other day. It's like I bought a Honda Civic, and now I'm going to like with an infinite budget modify it with the coolest wheels and the best
Yeah. Yeah.
car stereo, and and put an Alcantara headliner in it and all that kind of stuff. That's what
Sure the garage is going to be badass.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna be wild. Yeah.
Um, all right. So, okay, what were those island dimensions again? Sorry.
40 by 140.
36 by 140. What's 11 feet, 2 inches? Sometimes I can't do math in my head. It's 136, 34. So I gotta go. So, okay, let's work outwards from like a cabinet box perspective. So it's a 36-inch here, 30 here. This guy's 18.
Yeah.
I've got 24, 24. Are the ends just like like an inch and a half or 2 inches of filler kind of
Yep.
on the
That's
ends?
it.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. There's a little filler piece of molding there.
Okay, cool. So you guys are gonna be doing a ton of garage. Are you already doing garages in the neighborhood and stuff, or have you not really?
So we haven't done locally, and that's why I moved into this house, because I'm going to lease a space in their town square and
Oh,
build
cool.
this amazing showroom. So I may have you help me do that too.
Yeah, cool.
We can maybe work on that together. So I have three brands: Obsessed Garage, what I call Destination Obsessed Garage, which is the home stuff,
Hmm.
lighting, Haven's metal sinks, which is similar to Galley.
Okay.
Haven's metal is a little higher quality. We do a lot of Cree lighting, Lutron lighting control. I also own a brand called Obsessed Home Theater, which I'm starting, and so I
Hmm.
love speakers and TVs and all that crap. And
Cool.
so anything that I feel like is underserved that I have a sincere interest in, certain appliances, Waterstone faucets, Newport brass shower heads,
Hmm.
stuff like that. I'm going to sell, and we also do outdoor kitchens as well.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
most of it we're designing and rendering and then shipping out the product, but we're going to build a local install and design studio here, mainly
Hmm.
as a content resource.
Okay.
I can video it all.
Cool. Yeah. Oh man, it's like going to be a content flywheel.
So imagine this. I'm going to have a dozen install teams. Every install lead is a vlogger, right?
Awesome.
And so I'll have every single project we do, we'll get a full, start to finish transformation video. We're going to put it on the OG Builds channel.
Oh,
And then guess what they're going to do? They're going to share it with their friends, with their family, with everybody they know.
yeah.
Um, we also have the national component in that all their kids come down and visit, right? And so the doctors and the judges and the lawyers that are, the retirees' kids
Yep.
become our customers as well. I mean, they're already our customers via YouTube,
Right.
but the plan would be to have a local because I'm flying all over the country doing just to like we don't do installs, but we do some just for the content. And so this means I won't have to be flying all over the country, just do it right here. And when we have a really cool project, I'll show up and do my Chip and Joanna Gaines thing, you know.
Yeah, man, that is
That's the plan.
genius. That is freaking genius.
Yeah, that's my plan here. Now, the reason I didn't do this earlier on is these homes are not my level, right? And so we're not going to be doing 250, 300,000 garages like we do now. It's going
Mm,
to be flooring and cabinets,
yeah,
flooring and a pressure washer, changing out the lighting. So it's going to be 10, $12,000 garage upgrades, just lots of them.
yeah, it'll be more on the scale side.
So imagine the town square. So they build 10,000 or 8,000 homes. And they build a town square in the middle of it.
Mhm.
And those town squares have live music, restaurants. They have live music every night, 365 days a year, even on Christmas.
Really?
They have restaurants. They have like the golf cart store, and so I'm gonna have a clear garage door that's not tinted, with my GT3 sitting in there on a lift with lit to 160-foot candles. And I don't care if you're 10 years old or you're 80, you're going to walk in there and say, what in the world?
What is going on? Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the only town in America where they still read the newspaper. So
Okay.
the Village's Daily Sun, I'm going to run full page ads for every day from now until forever. And people are going to show up and we're going to teach them about the best stuff in the garage.
My mind is being blown right now. This is like,
And we're going to do their outdoor kitchens and we're going to do their closets because I found an amazing closet system that is so much better than the junk that currently exists. And I'm going to sell them Waterstone faucets and
mhm.
Haven's metal sinks and maybe Fulger Milano appliances. And there's no high-end appliance dealer in this town, so I'm going to make one. Why
Cool,
not?
man. Man, that's so cool.
That's
So,
the
so,
plan.
so cool. I'm just dropping in placeholders for you to like shoot holes in.
Yep.
Okay. Um, just to,
Yeah, I love that idea actually of the square molding because of all the simple square,
okay,
uh,
cool.
the
And I,
square baseboards.
and I just plopped it over here just because of the condition, like, so it could like either flush up or be like just barely proud of the sheetrock, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and are you thinking like stone splash or are you going to tile
Yeah, I
it
think
or
I'd
like,
I'd like to do something cool. Like I sent you some of the pictures of like modern French country stone is my
oh yeah, let me check these
preference
out.
generally.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the other
Yeah.
house. No, not that one. Like that kind of.
Cool. Okay, cool. So like almost more like a tumbled stone.
I think so. Yeah, that
Okay.
right there is kind of my
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, yeah. I actually work with this person.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah, she's pretty cool. Um, okay, cool. Yeah, I get it. So you could do something like that and just take it all the way up then, because you don't need to worry about seams in the slab and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
and then do you envision, let me just get the stone thrown on there. Um, so do you
Yep.
envision the hood? So I'm just showing like a curved plaster hood right now. Like, do you envision it being like plaster, more like wood, straight,
Wood.
curved wood?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you envision it tying into the adjacent cabinets or there being space in
I think
between?
so. I love that building Maple, how she did that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay, cool.
the thing I don't love is that the pedestals,
Like coming down from the hood.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And like the other question there, and this is kind of like less of a it's a design question, but it's also kind of a question of like how you live and what your space looks like. But I have a lot of clients that bring counter cabinets all the way down, and it's fine. But you
I
obviously don't
don't
want to
need
get
that.
too close to the range, and it can like cramp your style for food prep and all that.
I prefer to have like a 22-inch You know, the standard is 18, right? But I'm 6'2", my wife's 6 foot tall.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I prefer to have a little bit more height, you know, from the counter to the uppers
Okay.
than normal. Say 20. 22 gets a little, like in my garage, I normally do a 22, but I'm the only one using the garage.
Okay. There's 20. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me get a paneled hood brought in.
And then the mistake a lot of people make with their hoods is they put them too high. I mean, a hood needs to be 30 inches from minimum
Yeah.
or
I
maximum.
max. Yeah. Well, I feel I see a lot of people do like 30 or 36. I think above 36 is getting a little high.
Yeah.
Like for you guys, I would maybe do 36 from the ground. So like you have 30 inches from the counter. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, the only thing I worry about is function. Like in my outdoor kitchens, I always do them at 30 and just
Yeah,
stick
like
with it.
30 from the counter, right?
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
So
yeah.
from
Yeah.
counter to hood to start of the hood, you know, the actual functioning part of the hood, because then it creates a venturi and pulls the smoke out. It doesn't get to sneak past it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Now, most of the nasty grilling and stuff I'm doing in the outdoor kitchen, which is right here anyway, but the hood part is the part I haven't quite, so I'm hoping you can help me figure out.
Yeah, yeah. We'll figure it out. Let me just see what we got going here. Yeah, it's kind of the question becomes, bear with me really quick. I'm just gonna,
I'm inclined to prefer it simpler, you know, when you do some crazy plaster swoop or something like
Mhm.
that. Like, and then you got to find somebody who's a good enough craftsman to pull that off versus a cabinet maker if they can make it for me.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
ideal.
You should check out the guys that I usually point people to for like the curved plaster stuff is Archways and Ceilings. Have you seen their stuff?
No.
Like they make kits. So you
Mm,
basically give them your dimensions and they ship this out to you and then you just plaster over it. And then they do stuff for like ceiling kits and archways and whatnot. It's pretty cool.
yeah, that's
But
cool.
like having you're right though, like can like finding explaining that to a cabinet guy, or some random, you know, yeah.
The thing I love about companies like Plain and Fancy or Penville is they just make it in the factory and they bring it down in a truck,
Yep,
right? And then we can install it. That's easy. Just all you need are shims and a level.
exactly. Oh, there's two
Yeah,
there.
okay, yeah, that's cool. I so desperately want to do, you know, white oak, but it just doesn't fit this house.
Yeah.
Got to be white.
Okay. I don't think we're there with like the side cabinets. I'm just kind of getting plate like I want to get something
Yep.
to shoot holes in.
Yep.
Um, but okay, so let's just like talk it out. So I mean, or you give me initial impressions and tell me like what jumps out at me first is like, I feel like the widths of these need to be fine-tuned, the depths of them, I'm not really sure.
I do really like that because I put like on the cabinet to the right of the cooktop is where I put, you know, I eat generally carnivore, and so I'm cooking eggs, and so
Yeah.
that's where I have like my salt, you know, and pepper and
Yep.
my olive oil, and so I keep that in the upper cabinet to the right. And so the problem is I always have like a double width cabinet, but I don't need all that width. I need like I like that, say that 18-inch width you have there, because then that seems like a more proper width for that type of cabinet. So
Right,
I like
exactly.
that.
And I kind of like, and I think there's certain widths that look good for singles and good for doubles, It's like
Yep.
in these guys, like a double, I also find that like 27 is kind of the sweet spot for pivoting to a double door.
Hmm.
And then because 24 is kind of like no man's land. Like that could be a single or a double, and they start to look kind of like skinny, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and that's cool that you do. I do mostly carnivore too. Like we
Yeah.
saw a lot of health improvements when we like
Hmm.
cut out a ton of
Well,
veggies and like
well,
cruciferous and stuff.
I have, pretty crushing obsessive compulsive disorder. That's why I started this whole thing. And so I have my biggest problem is I'm a car YouTuber and I have trouble driving. And part of it is I've recognized that I am pretty much allergic to folic acid,
Oh,
right? And so I'm methylfolate deficient.
yeah.
I can't process folic acid and anything with enriched,
So, I mean, can you do like natural folate though? Like folate is okay or no?
but I have to take a methylized version of folate
Oh, yeah.
in order to process it. Otherwise, I just will pass it. I won't process it. I take a methylized multivitamin, methylized B12,
Hmm.
and then methylfolate. And so that's helped me immensely
Have you
get out of
seen
the just living panic.
totally like have you seen Ben Lynch's stuff? Have you seen him on like YouTube and Seeking Health? Like
I don't
that's
think so.
that's who we, if you just look up Seeking Health or search
Yeah.
Ben Lynch on YouTube, that's who we use for all of our kids supplements and stuff because he has like methylated versions of kids multivitamins for people that are like MTHFR and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's me. You know,
Yeah.
MTHFR and COMT. So I'm COMT deficient.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've never come across him. I'll check this
Yeah.
out.
His stuff is awesome. Like he and his company is
Yeah,
I mean, like totally awesome. Um,
thanks. I'll check that out. It's funny how
okay.
much we probably have in common.
Totally. Yeah. Like how many people do you know? Like I'm trying to go like I'm not like strict carnivore, but like most of my meals are pretty much like pastured beef and eggs and
Mhm.
like the occasional starch. I'll eat vegetables sometimes, but
Yeah, I've started just this past week. I can't, I'm kind of stuck. I wanted to reach my target weight and I'm kind of stuck in it because I'll eat a little too much cheese, or I'll
yeah,
break ketosis by having ice cream one night
yeah,
or something.
totally.
And
Yeah.
and then you know, I'll have to kind of starve myself back into ketosis, but my body's just hanging on to like 218, 220. And
Yeah.
I want to like to flirt with 205. I'm a CrossFitter. I like CrossFitting. And I've been doing that for 10 years or so. And the problem with strict carnivore is it's tough when you're going to full capacity. I
Yeah.
can't win. I like to win.
Yeah.
So if we're doing like, I don't know, we're doing a heavy push press, like you reach lactic failure really fast because you don't have any glycogen in your muscles.
Yeah.
And so I
Totally.
just recently started, I bought a bunch of berries. And so kind of doing the Joe Rogan meat
Meat, fruit.
thing. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Paul Saladino kind of style.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
But it's changed my life. I buy steaks from Snake River Farms,
I've never
uh,
heard of them. Is that they do
which
online?
Yeah, yeah. Really expensive. Snake River Farms supplies like Michelin star restaurants generally,
Oh, right on.
but they're not. See, I hate grass fed only. It's got to be properly finished. I don't care if it's theoretically a little less healthy, but I'm looking for animals that are, meat that's properly, like if you give me some caribou or something, I'm gonna puke it out. Like I can't do it.
Yeah, like the excuse me, like the ancestral bison blends and stuff
Oh,
from
I
like
can't. I want
yeah.
to. I want to go get eggs from the local market, but I need them to be a little bit clean, a little
Yeah.
all the same shade of brown kind of thing.
Yeah, right on. All right, how's this feeling? Like shoot some holes in it, help me out a little bit.
I love the drawers below. I think that's fantastic.
Do you have a pop filler or no?
No,
Okay.
I love the cabinets next to the hood.
Do you want them to be flushed up? I kind of like just randomly made them deeper. Like they don't
Hmm.
necessarily need to be like 15 inches,
Yeah, let's see
15-inch
what
depth
that looks
versus
like.
12.
Let's see what that like. Yeah, I think I like that better.
Okay.
Um, Something about the hood seems a little plain.
Do you want it to be, it could still be squared off, but be tapered backwards. Like, so
Yeah,
instead of it going straight up and down, we could like have it pitch back.
yeah, I think that might help with the boxiness of the inset cabinet.
Okay, cool. Let's try
Let's
that
see
out.
what that looks like.
Let me see. Do you envision it being more like straight angle or curved
Yeah,
back?
and I don't like curve,
Okay.
so
Well, like straight angle.
I think so. This must be really hard for some. I can imagine some like ladies you get like they just get gridlocked on this, don't they?
Some. I'm pretty lucky with my clients. Like most of my clients are, and
Just like
doing it live also helps because it kind of like forces decisions versus
mm-hmm,
it being like a constant back and forth.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, some of them, if they don't know what they want, sometimes this process can make it worse. Usually not, but sometimes.
Yes, if we taper and then if we did kind of like the building maple, it has the molding around the front.
Yeah, yeah, let's go look at that. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Let me put a band on it. Do you want that to be painted or do you want it to be like wood?
I think we do wood
Wood. Do you want it to have profile to it or just like a piece of flat stock?
flat.
Like 5 inches. Like a light, medium, or dark oak, like some kind of an oak.
Yeah, I think it would do. I wonder if that would add a little bit of pop, the light oak, like light white oak.
Lighter white oak,
Yeah.
something like
Like all
so.
those white oak things I sent you, that kind of.
A little bit higher too. Like there's like 7, something like so.
That would be some simple for a cabinet maker to make.
Wood, wood. Is that feeling
Like,
better though than the like the boxy one that we had going straight up?
mm-hmm.
Okay,
I like that a lot.
okay.
I think we keep the upper cabinets at the same depth like that.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about so we're what I've got? So I've got the 48 range. I've got the
Mm.
the hood at like call it 55, 54 wide.
Yep.
So
Yep.
3 inches wider each direction.
Yep.
This guy at 18. This guy is what it is just to get us to the edge of the counter. Like this
Mm-hmm.
maybe can be fussed with a little bit depending on how close you want to get to the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just got this as a 3 foot base. So then this guy is what it is. It's just a 27
Mm-hmm.
for them to line up. And then we just flip that around the other side. We've got this guy lined up with the edge of this wall. And so then this guy in the middle just becomes a 36, which also lines up with this.
Yep. It's pretty great. What's our is that 30 inches off the range there? From the
Yes,
range
sir.
to the hood?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So we're 72 off the ground. So 30 inches
Yep.
off the
Yep.
counter. You have pendants? Are you keeping pendants? Are you swapping them?
Yeah, we have them already. They're like you can see them in the photo. I think we just leave those alone.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yep. Yep.
Yeah,
You want those included in the render?
I think so.
Okay.
That'll probably help us visualize if you can find
Yeah.
something similar to that. I don't think we lose anything by offsetting. It just gives us more
Oh,
functional space.
like the this? I don't think you lose anything. Because I
Yeah.
mean, what's there? There's nothing there now, right? It's just kind of like dead space.
Yeah, it's just that empty wall with a light switch.
Yeah. Those pendants look like they're maybe 15 inches, 12 inches wide, something like that.
I think they're, yeah, about 15.
They 30 inches off the counter,
Yeah.
66 inches from the ground.
12 inches wide.
12
30
wide.
34 off the counter, 12 inches wide.
Okay. Something like so.
Yep.
Get your bar stools. I think I've got those exact stools.
Yeah, they're Pottery Barn, whatever's. Yep. Is the exact stool.
It is the excellent. Yeah. That's the one I use like by default on everything, just because it's
Yeah.
like universe. Okay. Anything look out of place?
Nope.
Let me get. What color is your
Our faucet is a single,
single faucet? Okay.
yeah. Let's keep it, maybe we have all black hardware, but maybe we do that brass look.
Okay.
And
You want to keep the hardware brass?
maybe. Well, all the door handles on the current cabinets are black, so that would have to stay. Let's just keep it black.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm not that risky of a big of a risk taker. I might do a Waterstone. Have you ever seen the Endeavor, the wheel? Have anybody ever do that?
I have not.
If you Google Waterstone Endeavor, you'll see. But that's the kind of faucet I generally like, you know.
Oh, let me look. Oh, that's the faucet style you're saying.
Yeah. The Waterstone Endeavor it's like an $11,000. See that? See that thing?
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
I might do one. It's just a statement piece.
Let me
I actually flew out to Waterstone and hung out with the owners for a little while and made a video of.
they include 3D models. Let's see if they've got it. Hmm. I don't think anybody's made a 3D model of this thing
Funny.
unless unless some companies make them available, but
Hmm.
I don't see it. Yeah, I'll just do a single
That's
point.
all right. You can just do a regular one. I get the
All right, cool.
gist of it. I think I am going to do a wheel though, just for the.
And then you've got holes on everything, right? Are you going to keep holes everywhere?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like knobs.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So all those drawers have like a 6-inch black
Mm-hmm.
drawer pull. Now I would do bigger ones on the new fancy cabinets, but you were kind of stuck now.
Okay. Do you want to see bigger ones on this side?
Yeah.
Okay.
I normally do like 12s or top knobs, much bigger. Yeah. It looks almost identical to what we got.
Just those with wider ones.
I don't think it's going to matter doing inset versus whatever the regular
Versus overlay.
island, because the island's going to be a little different. I don't think it's going to matter.
Like on this on the range side, you're saying?
Yeah, the new array, if we
Yeah.
do all inset and the other one is different.
Oh, gotcha. No, I don't think so either. Like, because
Yeah,
you're not going to really see them together.
right.
Let me fix these knob layouts really quick. So when did you guys actually move there?
We closed in July, and we'll probably we one of my followers has become a friend and a business partner now, and he's buying my house as is.
Your other one
Forks,
that you're moving from?
knives, towels,
Yeah.
everything,
Oh man.
tools, the whole thing, all in.
What are
You
the
know,
like? I mean, that's amazing.
yeah,
It's like I'm sure it's a win-win.
correct. Yeah, so he's moving from Dallas, and he's just going to liquidate everything, and just everything I have is an upgrade.
Yeah.
Speakers, my computer monitors, my desk. I'm going to take the files and a couple of pieces of artwork and my clothes, and he's moving in.
That's so
So,
awesome.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm leaving the cold plunge there, the whole thing. I'm getting
Oh
a new.
man.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting situation. And I went and added up what I spent, on all. I mean, I have an $85,000 in lighting in
Yeah.
that house.
Yeah.
I have $170,000 on the patio, the back porch.
Yeah.
And now I get most things wholesale or free or whatever, and so we have
Still
a lot of
though.
labor. My buddy who works for me, Mike, and we just do all the labor, right? So we do
Yeah.
it all ourselves, and so I added up. We have 700 hours of labor not doubled, like the two of us working together, 700 hours of labor. That it's probably $2,000 an hour labor.
Yeah.
I applied $150 an hour to that labor, but it's like something that you can't buy.
No.
And so I always felt like, man, I'm taking advantage of him. But then I realized when I went and added it all up, I spent like $900,000 of what it would cost if you try to hire somebody to do all this stuff, if you could even find
If you can
anybody.
even find them, especially nowadays. Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Like I extended the driveway and built a pad for the trampoline for the kids, and bought a shed and put it in the wood. It's just insane amounts of stuff. Put flooring in the attic, and the most amazing. The only thing I didn't do was the kitchen, the kitchen's like a nice, like $1 million home type kitchen.
Yeah.
Not what we were going to do is do crazy, like full on white oak modern French country and spend $500,000 in the kitchen type thing.
Yeah.
But I decided to sell them the house because it's a win for both of us.
That's so cool. Where's your other house at?
It's like 12, 13 miles from this one.
Oh,
So,
you're in Florida still. Okay, cool.
yeah,
Okay.
I think this is it.
How's the hardware looking?
It's pretty good.
Good. Okay. Okay. So the way it typically goes from here is like I'll send you the chief file too, of course, but like
Okay.
I'll take a ton of screenshots, I'll drop them into WhatsApp, I'll upload them to a website as well, like
Okay.
all the wall elevations and whatnot. I'll send you the
Mhm.
chief file.
Cool.
You can mold over for however long you need, talk to your wife, whatever. Hit
Yep.
me up when you're ready to schedule another call. We'll hop on the call, we'll incorporate all the changes. And in your case, I usually do the renderings offline. In your case, I would say we can just like I'll just record all of it. So we can have like another session for
Yeah.
like renderings, and we'll just like I'll record like the rendering process, and then I'll send you the video files so you can like chop them up and use them however you want or whatever.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm going to throw this whole darn meeting up on YouTube and talk about what we're
Yeah.
doing, and I'll link you and all that stuff. It's as long as you're not super secretive about anything. I mean,
I am not. I'm an open book. I teach my process to students. So like I've got students that I've taught how to do this. They're now taking clients, and you know,
good.
there's
Yeah,
more work out there than any one of us can possibly handle.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So
Um,
then, let's say, like you said, you have a cat. Like I just send. How has the experience gone for people? You just send them the DWG file and to a cabinet maker, and they make it.
yeah. What most people do is I don't even send like DWG. Like what I do is I just send them. I'll just show you. Like I send them this. So I basically just say, and I'll put any other dimensions on there that they would need for
Yep.
reference.
Yep.
But I basically just give them this, and then I just say the onus is on you, homeowner, to like have your cabinet guy field measure and produce final drawings. But this is usually enough for people to like quote and all that, you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that's kind of my process. And then for like projects where I'm the one providing the cabinets, which I don't do a ton of that, like maybe 4 or 5 projects a year. Like I actually
Mhm.
do full on fabrication drawings. So like um where that's where I'm working with like the person in Ohio. Like I'll actually do full on drawings where I like dimension out all the like door openings and like all the things, and then I send those to her and she takes them to the Amish guy.
Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I'm going to be working with like a big, like an Elmwood or something, that I would send them, like they'll tell me what they need.
Yeah, well, and what I would do is here, I'll just show you. So like, because this is what I'll send you. So I basically send you a gallery essentially like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can just send this version, this link, or even just download them if you want to the
Mm-hmm.
cabinet guys. And then the cabinet guys basically reverse engineer this. And now, if there's something specific that they need specific dimensions on, like the hood, for example, I would just
Mm-hmm.
like dimension that out separately and be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But I mean, they can see this. It should be pretty simple for them now. Now
Yeah,
they know what you want.
they know
So
what you want. And so now they
yeah.
produce, because every cabinet company is different, like some might
Mm-hmm.
say, well, we don't have those sizes. Ours are slightly different, or we're gonna need to put filler here or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And like that way they just use this as kind of like the instructions to reverse engineer. more or less.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm planning on doing is, which will save me a lot of money. I'm going to order it direct,
Hmm.
and I'm going to have them ship it to me, and we're going to do the install,
Cool. Yeah.
and do it ourselves and video it and share the whole process. And it'll be a huge win for any cabinet maker to have me do it, right?
Oh,
And video it and
dude.
share it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to ask them to hook me up.
Yeah, totally. Cool. That's
I don't want
awesome.
anything for free, but like just let me buy it as a dealer
Totally.
because I might
Yeah.
become a dealer.
Right. Totally.
So
That is, man, that's so cool. I'm so pumped that you reached out. This is going to be a lot of fun. So,
sweet, awesome.
all right, cool. Well, I'll get going on screenshots here. It'll take me
Okay,
maybe in between meetings, but it might be a couple hours, and then I'll
sure.
drop them all in the WhatsApp. I'll upload them to a gallery. I'll send you that link. I'll email you a download link for the chief file if you want to tinker with it. And then
And then get me the Zoom, the video file, and
yep, get you the video
I'm gonna
file.
put an intro and an outro on it and put it on YouTube. It's gonna be great.
Right on. All right, cool. Well, sounds good. I
All
feel like
right,
this is
thanks.
also like a quasi like carnivore podcasts. Like,
Let's do it.
you,
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
yeah.
You have people I've been driving people nuts. I talk about it ad nauseum, so
Yeah, it's an awesome topic. You can help a lot of lives, help a lot of
yeah,
people.
for sure.
All
All right,
right,
buddy.
cool. Well, thanks, Matt.
Thanks. Yeah, let's keep in touch too.
All right,
See ya.
see you.